Alright, what's going on, guys? It's been a little while since I made a video, and this is going to be my first video in a long time. I've been making some shorts here and there, but this is my first long form video in a long time. And I just kind of want to update you guys on what's been going on, why I stopped making videos for a little bit, and kind of the updates on what I've been actually changing in my life that's actually made me feel a lot farther ahead despite not really uploading videos or anything like that. And a lot of this stuff is basically coming because I decided to take a step back because I really wanted to get connected with where I was going. A lot of times I would wake up, I would try to do my stuff, and I felt good. I was getting my videos up and I was doing my stuff every single day. But a lot of times it just didn't feel like necessarily I was making the most progress, or I didn't have this level of intensity that I always wanted. Michael Jordan, he knows what the hell he's going after. He's waking up every day and he's doing it back to back to back. But I didn't always feel that. So I felt like, okay, there's something wrong. Something needs to be adjusted. Something needs to be changed. And I think that was the best thing I could have done, because it was a nice little combo of that along with ChatGPT and all the stuff that AI is getting out right now. There's a lot of developments with it, and it just allowed me to really dive into that. And when I combined those two things, it really just changed my life completely, because it allowed me to really get focused on why I'm doing stuff, really get focused on making my, my practices a lot better, making my ability to just kind of think through things a lot better, my ability to innovate, my ability to make videos a lot better. Everything kind of just got better when I took a step back. So I know it's a little confusing, but I just want to kind of run you guys through how actually using AI has helped me do this stuff, and how it's actually helped me, not just by AI doing everything for me, but it's actually helped me become a better thinker and allow me to kind of like reinvent my whole life. Like my day-to-day life is just run completely different now. Not only am I better with my videos, not only am I better with everything else, but I'm better with like my day-to-day life. As soon as I wake up, I'm able to get these habits down. And I think being able to brainstorm with ChatGPT and doing all these different methods have really unlocked that for me. And I want to give that to you guys also. And this is just going to be something that's really going to help you settle down, because right now it feels like everything is moving so fast and you feel like you're falling behind. You get that FOMO. You feel like if you don't catch up, if you're not always doing something and putting stuff out, then you feel like you're going to miss out. You feel like you're going to be falling behind. But I think if you can allow yourself to trust that, sometimes you got to get reconnected. Sometimes you really got to just trust in God's timing and God's process for being able to do this stuff. Then you're going to actually be way farther ahead and know what you need all these tools for. And once you build that foundation, then you're going to be able to get way farther ahead. So let's do that for you guys. So the first thing that I made a big mistake with was I always felt like I had to be uploading. I felt like I had to be doing something. And that was pretty good because it allowed me to be consistent. I think it actually helped me make a lot of progress. But the thing that I realized was I needed to actually think better. I needed to actually improve my thinking and improve my efficiency and think a lot smarter. And I think right now is a time and day and age where you can really do that. If you're able to think smarter, you are going to get farther ahead than anybody that's just spending 24 hours a day working. So I think the breakthrough really came for me when I decided I would take a step back and then I would kind of brainstorm like, okay, what's going wrong with my days? Like what's really going wrong? And it allowed me to really think about the fact that a lot of the parts of the process that I was doing for my day-to-day life weren't actually super optimized. And I think the brainstorming part of it only came about because I was able to talk it through with ChatGPT. It's always been very hard for me to sit down and kind of think through things because it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of mental energy to sit and think through things. And I'm sure for a lot of you guys, it's very tough because just thinking about one simple thing, you don't know where to start, and you got to carve out that time and space out of your day. So with ChatGPT, it made it super simple because I did not have to think about it so much. All I had to do was, maybe sit down for 10 minutes and start brainstorming a certain thing that I was stuck on. And when I started to find answers that I was looking for, all of a sudden it made me want to go back to it over and over and over again. If you guys try this and just bring a problem to it, automatically you're going to start to find solutions. Just ask it to pop out a whole bunch of ideas for one specific problem, and all of a sudden it might not give you the perfect actual option for that idea, but it's going to help you spark something that actually gets you the solution that you're looking for. So just doing that with ChatGPT and allowing myself to think about stuff, to think about my days, to think about what's going wrong, what's going right, that was a complete game changer for me, because it's not something that I would always do all the time. And it helped me think about my practice sessions with that. I was like, okay, I want to do these practice sessions with improving my videos, but what's going wrong there? Why do I not feel it didn't feel like when I was sitting down, I was super focused. It felt like, I was recording videos, but I could just kind of record it and upload it. And I didn't really know what I was focusing on. So I broke it down completely and I really got to the basis of it. So with ChatGPT, I was able to see what can I do to to think about this better, to actually approach this better. And it popped up some ideas about, first principles. And first principles is a concept I've heard before. And it's how like Elon Musk approaches his companies. It's super complicated. I'm not going to break that down, but I was able to deep research that topic, apply that to what I was doing. And all of a sudden I had this completely different approach for how I was doing it. And now I feel like every time I get up into the practice sessions, I feel way better. I feel more motivated. I feel like it's more intense. And there's all these little different breakthroughs that I'm able to work through and start to figure out. And now I did that with my entire day. Like every second of my day, I'm like, okay, well, here I don't feel super motivated. Here I'm, procrastinating. Why is that happening? And then you just start to tinker and fix your day completely. So this is something that's really freaking changed the game for me. This is something that had me super excited. I know it's something that might be a little bit complicated right now, but if you start to try it out and start to find these solutions, you are going to start to realize how important it is that you start implementing this, because it's going to completely game change your life. It's basically a life coach for your life. It's not going to give you the solutions, but it's going to help you get some ideas, and you have to go implement that, see what works for you, and come back to it with that. So secondly, I think it didn't just help me to do everything for me, but it helped me actually start asking better questions about my life. Because before it was super hard because you get that question and you have to think through it. But now I feel like I can actually get to an answer and a solution a lot faster. So I start asking more questions. I start asking more questions like, why haven't I been, reading my Bible as much? Why haven't I been trying to memorize this as much? And there's little things that you could do where you don't necessarily have to know the answer. But if you just brainstorm it with ChatGPT, like it's not just for one specific thing. Like one of the things I've been trying to work on is memorizing the Bible. And that is such an enormous task. It's such a huge thing. It's like, I had no idea how to approach it. I had no idea how I was going to go about approaching that, because it's such a big thing. So me thinking about that on my own, I felt like I didn't really have the most time. I kind of kept putting it aside. I was like, okay, I'll figure it out sometime. But with ChatGPT, it was just this random time. I was outside and I was walking back and forth. I pull out ChatGPT and I start asking it, how would I approach memorizing the entire Bible? And then it breaks it down for me. It's like, okay, well, you could approach it one chapter at a time, or maybe you approach the book in the Bible with the least amount of verses just to see if you can get it done. And all of a sudden I start thinking about it. I'm like, okay, well, I could approach 2 Peter, start doing that. And if I want to do it with my memory palaces, which is how I memorize stuff, how would I do that? That's super specific questions and super specific things. But I was able to work that out with ChatGPT because it has all this knowledge and all these different things. So for that, it took some concept that was super big and a goal that I had that was super hard to attain. And it really broke it down to piece by piece. And now I've been learning 3 verses of the Bible every single day, trying to learn the second book of Peter by the end of the month. And it's just something that's really changed the way I go about things, because now I could really figure out certain things that would have taken a long time to work through. And I feel like it's a complete game changer. If you want to actually just hone in on your curiosities, hone in on the things that you're interested in, and really get to different levels of innovation, levels of changing your life, you can really just work this through. If you're a curious person and if you have a lot of interest, if you have a lot of things that you want to do, this is the thing for you, because it just helps you work through it. Not everybody's going to listen to you. You probably don't have a mentor that can listen to you and kind of help you work through it. But ChatGPT, if you think about it as something that basically has a PhD level understanding of anything, you can go and talk to it and it can help you understand why you are interested in certain things, how you can apply that to your work and your creativity. And all of a sudden you have this new perspective and this new lens that you're creating from. So please, if you have just things, you could be watching a movie. If you have a movie and you're interested in it, just talk to ChatGPT about it. Like, hey, how can I apply this concept from this movie, maybe the storytelling, into what I'm doing? I did that with Squid Game and it really helped me with my videos. So just dive into your curiosity. I think that's the main thing. Dive into your curiosity with ChatGPT and start asking more questions with it, because you really don't know where you're going to get with that. So for myself, once I really slowed down and once I really took a step back, everything has sped up right now. It took me a little bit of a while. It took me a couple of weeks. I had to kind of think through, go throughout my whole day and really break it down of what was going wrong. But now I have this full process for my whole day. I wake up, I have it in my calendar app. I wake up, I'll go out and pray, reconnect with my why, and then go do every single step. Every single 10 minutes is accounted for. And at the end of the day, I have a debriefing process. So let's say one of the days I completely messed up, which was not even too long ago, a couple days ago, it just felt completely off. I didn't feel good. I have a process where I could go at the end of my day and ask myself and give it to ChatGPT, what went wrong, what went right, and why. And then it asks me, okay, how are we going to apply this the next day? So it's just this complete process of changing the way that I go about my days, that I feel way more confident, that I can bounce back from anything, that I could allow myself to just really build any habit I want. And I think it's just so fun when you think about it like that, because now anything that I have throughout my day that I want to do, I could implement it. Anything that goes wrong, I could work my way back from it. And I think this is really going to change the game if you guys are able to apply this right now. Most people have no idea what the hell this is. Most people aren't going to know how to use it. And if you guys want to know more about this, I would love to make more videos about it. It's a very complicated thing. I could even just run through my day and how I use it, because I have about, I think, 25 prompts for all these different things that I do. And I organize them like maybe brainstorming prompts, thinking prompts, content prompts, all this different stuff. And they are the most useful thing ever. Right now, I keep hearing constantly that prompt engineering is one of the most important skills that you can, it's the most bang for your buck type of skill that you can learn right now. So if you can learn to make some prompts for things that are in your life, like for myself, I have this session where I'll go and brainstorm, but it was super hard for me to be consistent with that because I didn't always know what to brainstorm. So the simple thing that I did was just make a prompt for that, where I put it into ChatGPT. It runs me through a couple of questions of what I might want to brainstorm, and it gets me that one thing that I want to brainstorm. So that's a simple mental load that's taken off, and now I can just do it instantly without thinking about it. So that's what you guys should be thinking about right now. Learn how to make those prompts for your life and think about that throughout your life. If you guys want some more stuff to know about ChatGPT, I would be happy to share it. I have a prompt for making prompts, and I have a prompt for finding prompts in your life. So just let me know if you guys want those. Let me know what else you guys want to know about ChatGPT and how you might be able to use it, and what you guys might be using right now, because this is going to be insane if we can get ahead on this. I hope you guys are interested in this. I hope you guys are diving in, because this is going to be the most wild west of anything right now. Like, just get into this, just dive into it, because this is super fun. I'm learning a whole bunch of new things. A whole bunch of new things are coming out every day. So try to stay ahead of it. I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day, week. Peace.